What's up, guys? This is Dante here, and I'm gonna react to the new Assassin's Creed cinematic Valhalla trailer, or whatever. The Devil Hunter is gonna react to it. My initial thoughts of them making new Assassin's Creed about the whole Viking thing. It's interesting. As much as we're having a new Prince of Persia, it's possible we might get that too, because there's been rumors and etc. on that. So anyway, let's get right to reacting, and hopefully enjoy it. Let's rock.
They are heartless.
That's pretty interesting. I like the Northern Lights there.
Godless barbarians.
That's the main character, by the looks of it. He literally might look like he literally would look a lot like King Arthur, with the movie, because of the beard and the hairstyle.
Murder and kill blindly. They scour the lands of England.
I like it.
Lands they will
Looks
never
pretty
defend.
interesting. It's cinematic, though. Looks pretty interesting.
Never love. The time
Okay.
has come to speak to them in a language that
Okay. That guy there that just showed his face. Hold on. I downloaded this scene so I can react to it. Hold on.
has come to speak to them in a language.
Okay. This guy literally speaks villain. Like, seriously, like when he looks down like this and smiles a little bit. I don't know. Like, he speaks villain. If I were to guess, he will be the main villain of the game. Like, I don't know. I got a feeling it's gonna be like one of those moments in movies, or whatever, like in the medieval movies, where he it's some bootlicker type looking guy, for the king or whatever, and eventually it betrays him. And I think there's a movie called a TV show called Nightfall. It's like a Templar movie. And there's one guy that's basically a bootlicker type guy, a servant. He eventually betrays the king. So I have a theory or a possible prediction that this guy right here would eventually betray the guy that's right. Wait for it. Hold on. Right there. That guy. That guy right there on the chair. Like, I got a feeling he's going to backstab the guy that's on the chair. Like, the guy that's on the chair, he doesn't speak very much villain at all. Like, his appearance, he doesn't look that very evil or bad. Like the energy he gives off. Of course, it might be in the tech. I got a feeling that he'd be like one of those characters that eventually see the error of the ways of the deal that's going on his end, or something like that, and eventually the other guy might the guy behind him that gave that look. He's probably gonna backstab him and try to take the throne for himself or whatever, and try to put tyranny upon the world. At least that's my theory, because that guy that's behind him literally speaks villain, or the main villain of the game. Like, he literally speaks villain, the main villain of the show. Now, as for this guy, the guy in the blue, he his energy doesn't seem as evil. Like, he doesn't look like his portrayal. He doesn't look that very evil. So it's kind of be like that scene in Nightfall where I think he'd be the king that eventually sees the error of what's going on, and eventually the guy behind him, which is the guy that presumably works for him or works with him, is going to backstab him in the back and try to take the mantle on his own and make the bad name of the Templars or whatever, or try to make a bad name on him, or something like that. But yeah, let's continue.
To speak to them in a language.
But yeah, look at that guy. See, look. Do you see it? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see it too? He literally speaks villain. Like literally, look at that. Look at that face. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna backstab you, Like that, just that look and that energy that he has, it just seems like he'd be the bad guy, and then he's gonna backstab the guy he serves or whatever, or works with or whatever, etc. But anyway, let's move on to it.
They will understand.
like that. I hope I don't get copyrighted for music. I'm a small channel anyway, so, you know, I doubt it, but got the Viking type thing. Okay. Pause. Okay. I actually wonder if they're going to bring back the naval in the game, like in Odyssey, Black Flag. I'm guessing it's going to be similar like Odyssey because, you know, like arrows and fire arrows. I don't know how big the ship's going to be. And I think I heard they're going to bring back naval to a degree, I don't know. But hopefully, because I always like the ship mechanics, even in Odyssey. You know, Odyssey is like a, you know, hit and miss for some people. Like, some people like it, some people don't. I personally like it, even though it doesn't feel like original Assassin's Creed to me. But I still like it. And I wish they'd bring back Desmond Miles from the original Assassin's Creed games, because he's like a guy that made modern day work. I have nothing against Layla, the new protagonist. She's alright and needs a lot of development, like a lot. But then again, Desmond was kind of like that too, but not as bad though. Like, he started off as this, you know, guy who just didn't care much, and like as time like went on, he started growing, I guess. But, you know, but yeah, I don't know. There's been theories that there's ways of Desmond returning, but even if they're plausible, it would ruin his sacrifice in Assassin's Creed 3. Spoiler alert for those who have not played the third game where he plays Connor. If you haven't yet, go play it, I guess. And you know that the main protagonist of the game is also a hit and miss for some people. Like, some people like the main character, some people didn't like him because, well, he's bland to some people. Bland, like Raisin Bran. I personally didn't mind him. You know, I mean, if you understand what he's going through, it's understandable. You know, like his tribe was, you know, going through all this trouble and all that type of stuff like that, and he had to defend it, and he lost things, lost his mother, and I imagine losing a mother would definitely change a person's personality, like that. But and that he's also Native American, and I think most portrayal of Native Americans in films or whatever, I don't know. I'm not an expert, but like most of them just seem mellow and not like, you know, don't seem to talk much. But correct me if I'm wrong. That, you know, it's just kind of, you know, portrayal how they're kind of seem to be portrayed in video games and movies. Like, they all seem like to take everything seriously. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I mean, I guess I was friends with someone who has Indian in him, and he acts dorky too, like me. But, you know, I don't know. I'm way off this subject here. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, back to the trailer. There's a Viking right there. There's the Vikings. Sorry about the light in the background if it's like shining in the back. Got a bit of action going. Interesting. I like the music though. So, okay. One thing I'm wondering, one thing I just think about, I don't know if they're going to bring back conquest battles like in Odyssey, like this battle right here. I don't know, it's probably possible, like they might have conquest battles or like war, like missions or something like that, I'm guessing. Yeah. Okay, got like some sort of raven or something. So I don't know if they're, at least from what I've heard, that they're bringing back, I think they're bringing back the navigation, the sky navigation thing, like with the eagle in Odyssey and Origins, but like with a raven. I don't know, I noticed, and I think I saw like a picture on a video or something like that, like that someone was showing, that like there's like some pack, like pre-order bonus pack or something like that you get, or it's like some sort of collector edition thing, I can't remember, but like there's this like just like in Origins, if you do, and like, well, or you could change, like where if you do like this thing full and complete it, it's like the history thing, you get like a different skin for your eagle, which turns the eagle like white, But like anyway, like here, from what I saw, it looks like they're going to be giving skins and looks for the Raven or whatever, and also different mounts too, other than just horses. But that's from what I saw though, and from the little leaks that we've seen. But yeah, yeah. Let's continue on. I like it. This. So let me pause it again. So that guy he's facing, I don't know if it's gonna be like a boss, eventual boss that you might face in like in a battle or something like that, or it's just part of the trailer, or like he's like maybe one of the members or like one of the main members of this faction he's facing, the Templars or whatever. So I'm guessing he's definitely a main faction or something. Like he's probably gonna be some sort of main character that'll eventually, not main character, but main antagonist. One of the main antagonists that, like kind of like, like there's different, Templars you kill and they're like kind of played a role. Kind of like in Assassin's Creed, you had Catham and this character, and Charles Lee, all that sort of stuff. Or Black Flag, where I had like all these figures. I don't know if he's like gonna be one of those figures, or he's just some sort of like he's like basically like some sort of boss. I think that you might eventually face, unless, like I said, it might be part of the whole thing of the trailer, like the cinematic trailer. But I'm guessing that because like he's having a hard time with him in a fight, but then again because his armor is like almost impenetrable. But I'm guessing that character has some sort of role as an antagonist against this main character. Ooh, they're bringing back the Hidden Blade. Oh, okay, let's talk about that for a minute. The Hidden Blade. Finally, they're going to give the main character the Hidden Blade again. Finally. As much as like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but there was no Hidden Blade they could use. They kind of used it with another character, like one of the guys from, that old guy, Darius from Assassin's Creed Odyssey and the Persian DLC. He had like a hidden blade, like that variant, where it's like on his top of his wrist instead of underneath. Yeah, finally, Ubisoft, finally brought back the hidden blade. I don't know if it's gonna be like some sort, like it's gonna be like a combat thing or stealth thing, like the spear of, like Leonidas from Odyssey, or it's just gonna be some sort of stealth thing. Or it's going to be like a full-fledged weapon like the other. I hope it could be used for both stealth and also combat. Because, seriously, they just literally brought back the main factor of Assassin's Creed. Like, you can't have an Assassin's Creed game without a hidden blade. Like, the hidden blade, okay, my Swords Rebellion? That's like my, that's like my signature sword. I had new swords, new weapons, and all sorts of stuff. That's like my signature weapon, even but yeah, like that. Like you can't have a Devil May Cry game without the Rebellion, right? You can't have a Devil May Cry game without Yamato, or whatever, You get the idea. You can't have a proper Assassin's Creed game without a hidden blade. That they did it, but it just didn't feel the same. Like the hidden blade is like the poster boy, basically, or the poster weapon of the series. And they brought it back. But I don't know what role it's gonna play. Like I don't know if it's gonna be like a combat weapon or it's gonna be stealth or both. Hopefully both. Like in the originals. Because like in Assassin's Creed, even Assassin's Creed 1, you could actually use the hidden blade. Well, okay. With the hidden blade in Assassin's Creed 1, you can't use it like as a strike thing, but you could use it as a counter kill. But like in the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Revelations and all that, you can actually use the hidden blade as an attack, like, swing like a swing of sword, like using it as an attack, not just a counter. And, but I don't know if they're going to be like the same here, or I don't know if they're going to bring back counter kills, like they did in the originals. There was counter like kills, kinda, in the other newer ones, kinda, but they're like, not like, I don't know. So I don't know if they're going to be bringing back counter kills, like how, like, the originals did it. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, let's continue on to it. I'm sorry I've been kind of dragging on.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, available holiday 2020.
So it's coming this year. But yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing that, yeah, it's gonna be a pretty interesting game. I got a gut feeling that this is gonna be a good game, a good Assassin's Creed game. I don't know if it's gonna be like as good as Origins, but like, judging from what I've seen, it's definitely possible. Like, I got a gut feeling that this is gonna be a good game, especially in the fact it's gonna be directed by the same director as Origins, and Origins was a masterpiece. So I got a good feeling it's in good hands. So I don't think they're gonna screw it up. But in my overall thoughts about this trailer, all I know is that guy that was behind the king or whatever. I don't know the names of the characters, obviously, but I know that the guy that was behind the king, he speaks villain. Like, he speaks like villain. Like, he seems like he might be the bad guy. As like the other guy, he sends out vibes where he might start off as like the bad guy, but like he eventually like sees what he's doing is wrong, or something like that, and he might get backstabbed, and then like the other guy would lead, or something like that, which might lead to the battle. And then I don't know. It's basically all theories at this point, but you know, no one ever knows because the trailer was just barely released, and it's only a cinematic trailer, so we might expect a gameplay trailer pretty soon. Don't know when, but I know that I'm looking forward to this game. I always like the Assassin's Creed games. I mean, yes, there's some up downs, even the less. I even like say Assassin's Creed 3, Syndicate. You know, they're not as good as some others games. You know, I even like those. I'm one of those gamers, you know, where I try to enjoy the game, where I don't nitpick flaws of the game or whatever. I just there to enjoy it, and I even enjoyed, and because of that, I enjoyed Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, even Assassin's Creed Unity. Then again, through my playthroughs, I never experienced any glitches. Maybe one, but like it was like small. But like in Unity, at its broken state, I don't think I ever experienced a glitch. But then again, I might have been one of those lucky few, unless they got a patch then before I didn't know. I don't know. But Unity was a pretty good game if you take away like the glitches for those who experienced it, and also like the character. Arno was also a likable character as he went on, like, you know, like with the DLC, where, you know, he, you know, let go of the love, the whole romance thing, and focused on being an assassin or whatever. I don't know, like, yeah, but yeah, the Dead Kings were you notice there's like character development there. But yeah, I like that. But yeah, anyway, back to this matter at hand. I just got a good feeling it's gonna be a pretty good game. I just got a good feeling. I just got this feeling that it's gonna be like one of those good Assassin's Creed games, and by the looks of it, they might be bringing back the roots. And I don't know about that hooded figure that was showing up. I don't know if it was like Odin or something like that, like maybe like a first Civ, and it, like kind of, you know, taking form of like something like, because if you go by Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like the DLC, they like took forms of like how Alexios understood. So I don't know if like that was maybe Odin taking like a form like the main character would understand, or that was like maybe his mentor, or some sort of flashback of a character that taught him, or what. But if you go by the name Valhalla, it's in Norse mythology. Obviously, that's some sort of afterlife type thing for them. It's basically another version of heaven, basically, like how like basically the Norse version of heaven. So I don't know if they're going to be, you know, putting all this mythological stuff in the main game or DLC, just like an Odyssey, where they kind of you know, introduce like Poseidon and blah blah blah, and the afterlife and stuff like that. And as for modern day, I heard they're going to be bringing it back, but hopefully, they're going to be bringing back the original Assassin's Creed team. You know, Sean Hastings and stuff like that, like the whole. I don't know about Desmond. I mean, like I said, he died in 3. Spoiler alert for those who haven't played it. Sorry about the light in the background, but like you know, there's been theories that Desmond could return in some way, shape, or form, like those clones in Black Flag or whatever I think it was. Where it showed all those clones. They might be trying to make clones of Desmond or something like that, so they can open the first Civ areas or something. That, or maybe make some sort of reality where he didn't push the button or sacrifice himself or whatever. I don't know. That, or maybe Minerva might somehow bring him back. somehow, you know, Minerva went against Juno's decision, which by the way, Juno used Desmond to, you know, open the deal or whatever. Yeah, I've never had good vibes with Juno. Like, I never had good vibes about her. Especially after you play the DLC of Odyssey Atlantis, the 3rd episode, where it shows her true motives for sure. And used Desmond to do something that was based on her works and her husband's. So basically, she's gonna be like the whole villain of this whole thing. But there might be some sort of way for Desmond to return, maybe, but I highly doubt it. They're probably gonna stick to Layla. But if they bring back Desmond in some way, shape, or form, my prediction is Minerva would somehow revive him, somehow, or be as a clone, or some sort of reality where maybe he didn't actually die and it was just some sort of like illusion or something like that. I don't know. I doubt it because, you know, they showed the body of all that sort of stuff. Or maybe, you know, it's very unlikely. Maybe perhaps Desmond we knew was a clone the entire time. I doubt it. I supremely doubt it because, you know, he was born because of the doo-doo between, you know, the parents or whatever. But I don't know. But then again, we don't know a whole lot about his childhood. We only know a little bit due to his first-person platform bit in Assassin's Creed Revelations, like those levels or something like that you can get when he plays Desmond in that little segments, whatever, and where it kind of explains his backstory a little bit. But that'll be an idea for maybe a modern-day Assassin's Creed game, maybe, is to explore Desmond's full story, full-fledged, and you play as him the entire time. Which, by the way, that's actually not a bad idea. To show like what he went through till the point where he got captured by Stereo. That actually would be an interesting idea, like, cause, you know, like he was running away from, you know, from his family and all that sort of stuff, and, you know, running for his life and, you know, trying to settle down in some way. I don't know. It would just be interesting, like, to kind of, you know, to see what he's going through a gameplay aspect, not just, you know, through words of dialogue of Desmond or lore, you know, in a book or something. But yeah, Desmond, I have nothing against Layla, but like Desmond, he is more of a better modern day main protagonist, in my opinion. He's more likable, more relatable, at least to me anyway. Like, my personality is more similar to his compared to Layla. Layla, she's a bit unhinged to some extent after, you know, she went through all this stuff. Like where one of the first Civ noticed the error was going on, and she was like not changing for the good or whatever. But I don't know. But I'm guessing they can bring back Layla. Maybe possibly the main crew, the original crew, Sean Hastings and Rebecca and Desmond's father. But as far as Desmond returning, it's highly unlikely. But there's theories, and maybe Uppersoft might explore one of those theories that would work and would make him return or something like that, and maybe have him meet Layla or something like that. I don't know. I mean, with Assassin's Creed, pretty much at this point, anything is possible. I hope in some way Desmond could return and make some sort of, you know, have some sort of Easter egg towards him. That, or maybe have some sort of, maybe modern day segment where you explore Desmond before his death, like maybe when he was a kid or something like that. You know, like a modern day, like explore what he went through, like I said, and that could be like the modern day segments, like just to kind of, you know, pay homage to Desmond, you know, because, you know, rest in peace. Then it just kind of would show respect for Desmond, you know, just kind of, you know, as the modern day segments just kind of show what Desmond went through and play as him when he was a kid, you know, and show him running away and, you know, going through all this stuff, and it'd be like kind of like a modern day free roam type thing, kind of. That's another thing they need to add. It's a modern day free roam, like a modern day full-fledged free roam, not like just stuck in some sort of, you know, hiding from a Stergo type thing, like in Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey. But yeah, right now it's kind of, it looks pretty interesting. Definitely has my money for sure. Like, you know, it's just a cinematic trailer, but it has me hyped, and with it being directed by the guy who made Assassin's Creed Origins, I got a feeling it's gonna be in good hands, and you know, I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I can't wait to see the gameplay footage that may be released pretty soon. Don't know when, but I assume that it will be available pretty soon. I assume, like for the gameplay, for them to show the gameplay. Because you don't get much from the gameplay trailer, only just a little bit of maybe a story aspect, just kind of get a feel of what's gonna be expected in a Viking Assassin's Creed game. But like, I'm just kind of curious on what's gonna be, how it's gonna play. Like, is it gonna play like Odyssey? Gameplay wise, it might be a bit different, maybe, but like customization wise, it might be pretty similar, maybe. And the RPG aspects would probably be like Odyssey, but a lot more full-fledged out and more better. At least from what I heard. Which hopefully so, because yeah. Or Odyssey was not bad in RPG aspects, but definitely had quirks that need to be fixed. And that's the thing. Yes, I enjoy pretty much every game I play. Like, I'm one of those gamers that does not complain about the games he plays. He just finds ways to enjoy it, and that's why. I keep my expectations at neutral. Like, I don't like, oh, this game better be good, otherwise, otherwise I'm gonna, shame it for all eternity or something like that. Like there's like a lot of people that have high expectations for a game, and then when it doesn't meet their expectations, they're gonna hate it, even though in reality it's not that bad of a game. And that's why I keep my expectations low or neutral, and just play it to have fun, and know the story and stuff like that. I don't play to expect it to be a perfect game, or play it to see any sort of to see it being perfected or whatever. Like, there's no such thing as a perfect game. But yeah, like me, it's kind of like me watching a movie. Like, I would watch a movie, and I'm just there to enjoy it. Like, I would not try to nitpick. I would see the flaws, but I don't nitpick and stuff like that. Like, I would see the flaws in games or movies, but I don't nitpick. Because I don't look for them. That the ones that are in front of me, I would see them, but I don't like, oh, hey, I hate this game now because of this, because of this one issue or whatever. I'm just there, unless it's like an issue that prevents me to enjoy my time, then yeah, I would understand that. But like, it's just some sort of issue that's just there, that's just small, I could care less. As long as I'm having a good time, fine. As long as it has a decent story, cool. But yeah, I'm just one of those gamers that doesn't nitpick issues. Yes, I would see them, but I don't be like, oh, hate this game now because of this. It doesn't meet my expectations. Unlike most people nowadays. Because I know that there's no such thing as a perfect game, and I try not to put expectations on a game. I just be like, oh, this looks pretty cool. I'm gonna give it a try. Like this game, judging from the cinematic trailer, it's gonna be. I got a good feeling it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, that's my reaction to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Looking forward to it. Hell, might even get the collector's edition even, depending on things. I got a good feeling it's gonna be a good game. Looking forward to seeing the gameplay whenever that'll be. Speaking of Vikings, I'm also looking forward to the upcoming new Senua's Sacrifice sequel or whatever. Speaking of Vikings, hopefully it's gonna be a bit more hack and slashy, a bit more action oriented maybe. Because that's more my style, kind of like Devil May Cry, because I'm Dante. All about the stylish action. Also looking forward to the new Senua's Sacrifice game. The sequel that's coming out. Speaking of Vikings, But yeah, I think that's pretty much about cut it. Anyway, this is Dante signing out. Let's rock, baby. Hoorah.
Chapter sutures, our creature feature. I don't even know who I am anymore. But man, I used to be as turned into a memory. Buried 6 feet deep inside my inner cemetery. I thought I lost my mind from all the pain and treachery, but I've come to find out it's all hereditary. Ain't no turning back now. Step inside the black. You try to be just another disease inside of me. Beat me down to the point of what to lash out. Push me away, then you're clawing at me so violently. Can you see me now when you step inside the blackout? just a sickness, something I can live with. Won't leave me until